All right, I'm now live. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tenzin, 1/3 of the SOS podcast. We still waiting on B to come on in, but I don't know. He may not join us. I'm not sure. I sent the links out, but if it's a solo one, then just be a short little episode. But we took the day off Christmas, but New Year's Day, I say, what? Come on, we got to bring it in with an episode, and what better way? Come on, man. First day of the new year. So this is literally the first episode of 2025. And we got to come in, whether I'm solo or not. But anyway, yeah, 2024. Um, definitely had its ups and downs for me, of course, one of the major downs was losing my uncle. Yeah, it was March. Yeah, the third month of the year. March 2024. I forget, like sometime during the 20th. It was close to. It was sad. It was like kind of close to one of his children's birthdays. But yeah, that was that was a sad weekend. I remember getting the call. Well, he called me at first, saying, hey, I was having trouble breathing, my chest was hurting, so, you know, I called one of my friends to take me to the hospital. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, shit, he's talking, healthy, joking around. It's probably just some routine thing. So, I call him one more time that day. It was a Sunday. So I call him one more time. He assures me he's gonna be all right. They hadn't really got my room yet, but that's how it be when it comes to being in an emergency room. It's like, you might be waiting a while. But but yeah, so hmm, I was able to tell him, I was able to tell him I loved him. And yeah, that was my last time actually being able to talk to him because apparently his condition just got worse over time. And given that his condition got so bad to the point, like, I guess, like, what was it? His heart just was beating at such a slow rate that it just cannot keep him alive. So, he was, he had all these tubes in him, and we all had to see it, of course. Yeah, I believe it was, like a Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was like Tuesday or something. Yeah, we were all called. I remember my cousin Chaz was down here, which I wasn't expecting that, but shit, it was something serious if, someone from out of state had to fly in that day. But yeah, the nurse, gathered us around, gave us the rundown, basically explaining what's going on, explaining what's happening and why it's happening. And, due to certain conditions, he was not eligible to be to have a donor. So, with that being said, we couldn't keep him on life support forever. So yeah, so one of my favorite people, and it was tough. However, another thing died along with him that was a bane at my side. I hate that he had to go um, for that other monster to die, but I mean, that's just the card that I was dealt, but I'm appreciative because of the progress I was able to make, which I like to look back upon that, just me personally. And, even as a show, we moved to YouTube. Okay. Um, you know, we're slowly building a YouTube audience. We've been doing a lot more, guestless shows, but we also had some good guests come in, like Mr. Delavante teaching us about finances. We had, an EMT. We had a lot of interesting episodes, and we plan to have more interesting episodes. And hell, just me personally, I mean, being able to drop two singles, and I ain't gonna lie, like the conditions I was in, earlier this year, I don't think I would have made that kind of progress. You know, I got on stage again. I was able to hit the stage hard. You know, and I'm getting positive receptions, and I'm basically just gonna keep getting that experience in. Shoot, got by golly, shit, just this month. Well, literally last month, I paid my car off. I own my car. I mean, now there's gonna be a few rocky roads dealing with this car, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I see it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of ups and downs this year. Unfortunately, Kamala lost. So yeah, whew, 2025. We're gonna be looking forward to President Trump, President-elect Trump, getting in office again. How the fuck we let that happen? I don't know. I mean, part of it was motherfuckers wasn't coming out to vote. Another part, Americans are just dumb as fuck. That's what it is. I mean, and not necessarily stupid. It's like, if you feel one way, and yeah, the better salesman is gonna appeal to you. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to be fair to the average Trump supporter. You were just sold to the best. The Republicans are just better salespeople. You know, we hit y'all with facts about like, hey, Biden actually improved the economy with his infrastructure bill. You don't give a fuck because, and understandably, because hey, these groceries is expensive, my nigga, and I got kids to feed, and you know, shit, a house to pay for, and stuff is getting more expensive, and we don't like it. Let me see, what else did 2024 offer us? Oh, fucking the CEO gunned down by allegedly gunned down by Mr. Luigi Mangione, who should be in trial now. And I have to say, when they paraded him, and I guess when they extradited him, they paraded him. It looked a little performative to me because I'm just like, okay, buddy, like y'all got all these straps and stuff. It's like that's no different from you know the average nigga who shot somebody that you arrested. Hold on, let me bring B up in here. Well, hold on. Well, he'll be back. But yeah, but that's crazy. But that started a whole conversation in itself. So that one event let people know, holy shit, I guess left wing and the right wing, we agree on one thing. Yeah, this insurance is fucking bullshit. All right, people being denied life saving
Yo,
claims.
yo, yo, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, everybody, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hey, it's another SOS. My bad for the lateness, y'all. Yeah, I'm not feeling well again, unfortunately.
oh no, was like a cold or
I don't know. I hope it's not the flu. I was doing fine past week or two, and for some reason, man, yesterday woke up and my throat's hurting. I'm weak and everything. And it didn't help that I went out last night for New
mm,
Year's, so but I'm gonna try to thug it out for the little bit we got left of the show. But how is your New Year's going so far, brother?
Oh yeah, it's going quite well. Like I went to a one of our previous guests, Mandisa, she threw a little get together at her house, so I went over there for the New Year's
Okay.
Eve. But but yeah, and that was fine. But yeah, nah. But my New Year's Day was pretty chill.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I was a little bit hungover, so I was mostly like in bed till like 12, and then I finally started
Yeah.
moving around. So
Yeah, that was me today too. I was all tore up. And then it took me forever to get moving. But yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad everything was it I meant to ask, how was Christmas for you?
oh yeah, Christmas was cool. My mom and my little cousin, they came over, so it wasn't like a huge get together. It was just
Right,
like a
right.
little small thing. But nah, man, I got some good gifts. You know, if you follow Most Known Bastard on Instagram, that's me. You probably seen the Tins and Yeti my mom got me. But
Okay.
grandma hooked me over some clothes, you know, stuff like that. So, typical stuff you get when
Yeah,
you're an
yeah,
adult man, some clothes, some perfume.
yeah.
Well, not perfume, cologne, but you know what I mean.
No, I feel you. I feel you. My bad, I'm running this on my phone, and sometimes it's a
But
bit weird
also,
with the angle.
so I found out, well, last year, I guess, but yeah, because like my grandma, she didn't feel like cooking like that, so she ended up just ordering from This Is It, which I guess they
What's that?
oh, okay. Okay. I figured y'all had that up there, but This Is It. It's like a barbecue place down here,
Okay.
and it's
So
like
it's like a chain?
yeah,
Okay.
and but apparently they do like holiday dinners. Like you pay like $100 something. Like they give you like a turkey, a couple of sides, and like a
Okay.
pie, and a drink too, like a gallon drink. And I was like, okay, well that's convenient. So
Was it good, or did it taste a bit
it
like too
was it,
commercial?
it was good, but I will say like the only part of the dish that was just like legit, just like not not good at all was the dressing. Because everybody
Oh
was
dang.
like, God, man, this dressing sucks. Like,
Oh dang.
I mean, it had cranberry sauce, but yeah, I think that was like the only saving grace. Like, you had to like eat that dressing with something else.
Hmm. Yeah. See, getting stuff catered is like, especially from chains, is always like hit or miss
Hit or
because
miss.
sometimes, yeah, because sometimes a lot like you'll end up getting something catered and it be tasting like real commercial. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes like it tastes like real like factory type stuff. You know what I mean? Like especially like yeah,
Yeah,
the
which
bigger
be
the
crazy
chain.
because like yeah, because especially because you be like, dang, now when I order regular shit from y'all, that should be busting. But now it's like, for this
Right.
catered shit, it's like,
Yeah, it tastes like y'all just heated a bunch of like microwave dinners up. You know what I mean? Like
right,
yeah, so yeah,
like
it's hard. My mom for a couple years she was getting at one time what was she getting catered? Oh, for Christmas Eve she would get the catering from Texas Roadhouse, and that would be our Christmas Eve dinner. Uh
oh okay,
and yeah, and but she said she didn't do it this year because she said like their prices went up real crazy. And I'm like, yo, that's wild. She
hmm.
said, yeah, because it was like a prime rib dinner. And she said, like, yeah, the prime rib dinner was like ridiculous.
Ah damn, what was it
She said it
like
was
one
like
something
somewhere in the 90s, I think. Cause
90?
like it would
Okay.
yeah, it was like they'd give you a prime rib, like six baked potatoes, a salad, and a box of the Texas Roadhouse rolls and some butter.
How big
And
would the
she
prime rib be?
uh, decent amount. It wasn't huge. It looked like a whole prime rib though.
Like enough to
Truth be
feed like a
told,
family of?
Oh
for.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's all
okay.
family size. So yeah, so like yeah, like that was the whole dinner. It was like yeah, it was supposed to be like for a family. You know what I mean? But truth be told, we mainly just got it for the rolls though. The rolls is usually what we was aiming for when it came to that.
Oh
But
yeah, man. That's the
I don't know
like
what them
especially when you
Texas.
go in person, you be running your dinner with the rolls.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, I like their steak too. Actually, no, actually, I usually get the ribs more than the steak, but like I like the actual
Mm.
food. But yeah, them rolls, boy, I don't know what's in them. It's crack. Them and
Yeah,
that
'cause they're
butter.
like sweet, right? Then like
Yeah,
don't
the
they have like a
bread
sweet
itself
butter
does
too?
taste
Like
a bit sweet, and then the butter too. It's like the
it's like a
honey
cinnamon butter, right?
cinnamon.
Or
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah. So that
They're like
joint.
trying to kill me off early.
Yeah, man. I remember a couple years ago. I think the first time I had it was a couple years ago when it was after my jaw surgery, and it was like a week after my birthday. I the surgery scars and stuff had finally healed, and I was able to truly eat regular, like solid meals again. And I didn't have to blend it up or nothing. And that was
Mm.
the first thing I ate out of there, and it was bomb. And I killed that food. I ate it so fast, I killed it. Cause during that time, like it started out, I could only drink liquids, and then they
Mhm.
graduated me up to soft food, and then I had to do like chopped food, so I had to like put in this like little blender thing, this little
Like, was
ninja
it like
blender.
a you had like an infection in your jaw or something like that? Or
No, they just said that over time that my jaw like grew out,
uh-huh.
like it was like kind of out a little bit. And so they said what they had to do was like essentially break it and then push it back up. And then they had to do like I have like titanium in my mouth and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, I got like a bunch of titanium screws and stuff all in my face from it. Yeah, so and they said like so essentially their whole logic, my orthodontist logic on making me get it was like he's like, well, you're not really going to experience anything in the short term, but in the long term, when you're like in your 40s, he said that the risk was like my back teeth would grind down, and it would and
Oh,
like
okay.
it would get hard to eat and function, and then by the time I'm that age, getting the surgery is like mad painful, and the success rate
Mm,
is usually lower for older people too. So he said you can essentially get it now and have a pretty high chance that it'll be okay, or get it later and you'll go through a lot of pain for, and there's a chance it could mean nothing.
mm. Okay, so y'all was just nipping in the bud right here, basically.
Yeah, yeah, that was his reasoning for it. Yeah, he said to essentially just get it over with, and like there's no point in waiting for pain to come when you can get it over with and let it ride.
Mm. Okay,
So,
B.
you know, I mean, I like there's still part of me that kind of regrets getting it because it did suck. Like the recovery process sucked. First off, they lied to me about the recovery. Like, you know what I mean? Like they straight up they told me it would be 2 weeks, and then after I
Mm.
get the surgery, they're talking about it'll be like 3 months.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, you
And that's how
didn't
long
say
you had
that.
to like be locked, while your jaw had to be locked for 3 months.
Oh, yeah, essentially like the swelling didn't go all the way down for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And then yeah, like I said, like I was on liquid diet for a long time. Like so I was just straight up drinking protein shakes every day. And
Mm.
then and this was during my Christmas break back from school, so it was essentially almost the entire month or so that I was on break. I was down bad, and then when I went back, I'd been graduated up to soft food by then. So like that would be like soups and mashed potatoes and stuff like that. So like my mom, she would make me like mashed potatoes and put a bunch of gravy, or she would like saute a bunch of meat. and gravy and stuff and get it real thin so that I can
Mm.
mix it up with the mashed potatoes and it could just slide down my throat. Like, yeah.
Oh,
And then yeah, over time I was able to build up to like I could eat regular meat again, but it had to be chopped up real fine. So like
mm.
I remember like my mom would make me some macaroni and like I remember one time she made macaroni and she had corned beef too. So I had to like take slice off the couple of pieces of corned beef, put it in the little ninja blender thing, and had it chop up real fine, and then I can mix it with the macaroni and eat it that way.
Oh wow. Man, he was
Yeah.
going through it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad, bro. I was tight. And I
So B,
hated
man, what's
what'd you say?
I was gonna ask B, what were some of your highlights from 24?
Oh, let's see. Trying to think, what would my highlights be? I mean, as Christmas for sure, got a PS5, so
Okay.
definitely could say Christmas 2024 was a success. Um, yeah, I mean, most of 2024, I just was working and stuff like that, so it wasn't a whole lot of big stuff for me in 2024. But I mean, I guess, just like family, health, all that type of stuff, I guess I can say that at the very least.
What about so you had like a favorite movie that you've seen this year?
Uh, was Dune 2024?
Dune 2?
Yeah, was Dune 2 2024?
Let's find out.
I'm trying to think of like all the big ones. Oh, what was all the
Yeah,
big releases?
because well, mine is Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah,
Oh
but
yeah,
Doom
that
Part
was
2
hard.
was 2024.
Okay, yeah. If I had to say, them two was definitely up there for sure. I rocked with both of those. I'm trying to think what else. There's a bunch of 2024 releases that I'm just not thinking about right now, but I know that I had some. But if I definitely had to give my top two, it would probably be yeah, Dune and Deadpool for sure. Like them was pretty dope. That
Mhm.
Civil War movie wasn't too bad. I didn't hate it like most people did. Although I wouldn't put it on the
Hold on, which movie?
that Civil War movie.
It was a Civil War movie.
No, the movie was called Civil War.
Oh, I don't think I saw that. Okay.
It was it wasn't bad. Like I'll say that I liked it, but I can understand why there was people who was a bit mad. Like I think people was expecting something that had a more like how do I put it? A more like political type message
Hmm.
or they were expecting it to go a certain way, I should say. And I think what happened was like it didn't end up like that. You know what I mean? And he kind of did like a in between take on the subject. And I think people were wanting a more definitive like political stance than what he gave.
Oh, so was it like kind of centricity or?
A bit, yeah. And like he played a bit vague with like some of the themes, so like you didn't really know if you should hate certain people or like certain people or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Like all right, so it was hard to really tell exactly who was like okay, like the president in the movie, like it was hard to really tell if that president guy was actually like a true like they established that he was a bad guy, but they didn't
Mm.
really show for sure if like if he was the cause of the Civil War or whatever. Like I don't know. And then too there was like logistics with like the different sides of the war that I can understand why people was like they wanted something more concrete and they didn't really get that.
So like, were you? So would you say that they were trying to do like a what was it like? Well, I haven't played it, but enough people talked about it, and I watched like videos on it. But like, kind of like Last of Us Part Two, right? Like even though you do have Ellie, but like they have you play as the other girl too. So it's like they basically want the audience to be sympathetic to both sides. Like, so is that how that movie was? Sort of like they wanted you to
Not necessarily sympathetic. I'd say the purpose of
understand
the
them
movie
both.
was more so to show it was more a cautionary tale about the fractions of society and a cautionary tale of war more so than it was about the actual story of that specific war. You know what I mean? Like if
Okay.
you like if you had to put a stance that the director was taking, I think that was his stance was more so like we should be scared of this happening, period, no matter who's on what side, rather than him actually fleshing out like who was at fault in this specific instance.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Uh, but shoot,
Yeah.
speaking of Civil Wars, the I know you probably seen it because you got an X account, but like I guess the the MAGAs
Yeah, I've
and
been
like the
confused
rich
on what actually
conservatives,
happened.
like
Like, I don't know exactly what caused the beef with them. Like, all I know is that people got ticked at Vivek Ramaswamy for something he said, and then and now it's turned into this whole big thing. But I don't know exactly who did what.
oh, so basically like the true blue racists of the MAGA camp, like they're upset with like Elon and stuff because he supports the HB1 visa, which I guess that allows like foreign workers to come in and
Yeah,
work in America. So
yeah,
pretty much just as long as you're employed, you can stay here. But
yeah,
the true blue racist MAGAs, they don't want immigration at all. They're like, you need
exactly.
to hire Americans. You know, kind of like Homeboy from Warrior, the Irish dude. He was like, oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck? Like, like, because he
hmm,
didn't understand, like, immigration is actually good for business. Lo and
right.
behold. So yeah, so people like Laura Loomer was like, criticizing Elon, and like I think he took her verification away. Like, so he was like taking verifications away from the right wingers. That was like,
Oh, dang.
so yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, so I guess
But
like
I
the
heard there
truth.
was something that Vivek Ramaswamy said that ticked a lot of people off too, and I
Oh,
just couldn't find it.
I'm not sure on Vivek's part, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just know what they were mad at Elon for.
Yeah, that's crazy. But well, also it shows how dumb those people are. If they actually thought that Trump and all his business cronies was going to get rid of that, you're crazy. Like they will never get
I
rid of
know,
that.
like
Like,
I heard the cabinet was like how many billions of dollars worth in wealth, like between all of them.
yeah.
Like that is nuts. But okay, yeah, but
Well,
they're for the
even then with
people.
the whole illegal immigration thing, like sure it gets you voters, but even then they don't even care about that. Most of the workers who work in their factories are illegal immigrants.
Right.
Let alone the HB1 visas, like they straight up pull from illegal immigrants to build their hotels and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like they don't care about illegal immigration. They never did.
I
Like they don't
mean,
care about immigration, period.
right. Because I mean, like farmers also will depend on the HB1s and the under the table people too. Like
Right.
so, so yeah, so that's gonna weaken that. And then of course, I don't know, man. 25 and beyond is going to be interesting because
Yeah.
unfortunately we got to see Trump a lot more than we want to again.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. A lot of political people are saying that Elon might be holding the strings just because of his influence. I'm not
Oh yeah,
sure.
because all the money, like for
Hmm.
sure. If he's not controlling Trump, he's definitely controlling an aspect of the presidency. Like for sure. All that money he poured into the campaign, yeah, that's not yeah, you don't give something for nothing, you know?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's how that worked.
But shit, what else, man? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Uh, you know, um, we're going to see what's going to happen with Ukraine with
Yeah,
Trump coming in. 2025. Oh
right.
gosh, hoping for the best. Um, you know, he just admitted that it's going to be hard to lower the grocery prices, as if the president controls that. But oh
Yeah,
wow,
exactly. Like a lot of people, yeah, again, a lot of these people were so delusional thinking, oh, all this stuff's gonna change. Think we need Trump back. Yeah, okay. Like yeah. Oh man. I don't know, bro. I just like I said, I've said it a lot of times on the show before. I just don't get why people don't see a lot of this stuff, like, or well, I mean, I do get a little bit why people don't see some of this stuff because at the end of the day, most of their most of their radars were
Mhm.
gone, weren't going off essentially because it was mainly racism fueling them.
Right.
And so all this other stuff wasn't going off to them because all it's hard to hear the alarm bell when your eyes are too focused on the dark people across the street. You know what I mean? Like, y-
Eating the cats and dogs, apparently.
yeah. So, it's crazy.
And then like being
But
spoon
unfortunately, too,
fed
you can't even sit there
misinformation.
and say, like, ha ha, joke's on you because the joke's on all of us. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, we can't, unfortunately, we don't live in another country. Like, we live in the same one as y'all.
Yeah, and that's the difference between us and them. It's like, yeah, we're gonna own the libs. So it was like, nigga, we trying to help y'all. The fuck?
Right,
Like but yeah, but hopefully he does what they say he's gonna do.
right.
Hopefully. Um yeah, but like I say, I'm worried about, Gaza, because again,
Yeah.
we know how Trump is with dictators. They love him for
Yep.
whatever odd reason. We don't know
Yep.
why. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, I just, you probably already mentioned it, but I figured just to reiterate again, just shouts out or prayers up for all the people in New Orleans affected by
Mhm.
the attack.
Well, yeah, I didn't mention that yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
So
just
yeah,
want to say,
so
yeah, prayers out for all the people affected
mhm,
by the attacks in New Orleans. They
right.
got the
They had to
guy, but
postpone the Sugar
unfortunately,
Bowl, right?
what?
They had to postpone the Sugar Bowl over that, right?
Yeah, but even that decision is crazy because they only postponed it one day, and they still haven't caught. Because I think they said that like they reviewed the footage, and the bombs that they found around the city were planted by like three guys and one girl. So like, with those people still out there, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
so he had accomplices.
yeah, they had thought that before. They had thought that with the amount of stuff that he had, that he would have had accomplices. And I guess they said that they reviewed some footage and they said, yeah, like a lot of the bombs were placed by like they said from the footage at least three guys and one girl.
Mm, okay,
And
yeah.
man,
Cause okay, I didn't know about that. Like, cause cause the article I read, it was just yeah, it said, he, ran his truck into a crowd of folks, injuring
and then
a
he
lot.
got into a
So
gunfight
yeah,
too.
firefight. And it was saying like he had like a bunch of ISIS paraphernalia. So I
Well,
guess it's
they said it was a flag on the pole, and even then, technically, I didn't see the flag on the pole because the media. Well, I think the officers covered up the flag with somebody's jacket. So technically, you couldn't really see what the flag said, but people took this little corner of it and they think that it's an ISIS flag, and that's what law enforcement is going with now. So I don't know, but technically, we, the public, never got to see the flag.
yeah, because even the article I read, it was saying like yeah, he allegedly had an ISIS flag on his truck. So it could
Hmm.
have been Islamic terror. However, they did say ISIS did not take credit for it. So he could have just. So I just assumed he was probably just some lone like religious
Yeah,
nutcase or something like that. But
yeah,
he
it
had
could have. Yeah,
accomplices.
Yeah, and also, again, speaking on the stupidity of a lot of them right-wing people, it's crazy how some of them was making arguments about immigration. Like that man is from Texas. Like that
Right.
man is
Yeah.
was
Like,
from Texas and was he was a veteran too. Yeah, he's a veteran from Texas, dog. Like I don't know how y'all are talking about immigration because my mom was watching ABC News this morning and they had this one chick who was apparently the boss of one of the victims and they
hmm
asked like, "Oh, is there anything you would like to say?" And then she starts talking, "Yeah, I just want to say there's all these people coming in our country through all these different means, and people are getting hurt and all this other stuff." And then the newscaster had to like check her. It was like, he's from Texas. Like, what are you talking about?
right.
Like,
They see brown
also.
skin and be like, not American. Like,
Also, yeah, we're supposed to be talking about your employee, like
right.
don't why won't show some more reverence for your employee like we talk about her life right now, what that got to do with what you talking about?
Right. But dang, but yeah, man. Yeah, my thoughts go out to the victims. To those who just came off with injuries. I'm hoping for a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
And to those who lost a loved one in that,
yeah,
my heart goes out to you.
yeah, man, it's sad, I hope they catch them other people. I hope we find a way to shut this down, you know what I mean, but yeah, the whole situation is crazy. And and people were angry at the city and everything, and like now because because they essentially said that they didn't think anybody would drive on the sidewalk. That's why they didn't block
Mm,
the sidewalk off. They had roadblocks, and on that part of it, I can kind of understand. Like I know in the moment, don't nobody want to hear that, but I can kind of understand how that happened. However,
right.
I will say the fact that he drove past several roadblocks is crazy. Like they
Mm.
had stuff blocking off the road and he just went by them. He didn't even run them over. He literally drove around them. And I'm like, okay,
Oh, they
well,
weren't really good roadblocks, huh?
yeah, like the when he got past the first one, somebody should have noticed something. Like that's crazy. Like
Mm.
but well, like I said, it's if you're not there, it's easy for me to judge when I wasn't there. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah.
you know, to add but like regardless, it like the main focus should be the people that lost their lives. And like I said, I think what happened to those people is awful. And like I said, I hope to God they catch the people that man was working with because yeah, we do not need those people out on the street.
Right.
That's
No.
like
Exactly.
yeah,
And
it's crazy.
hopefully, hopefully there's no, hopefully, uh, no evil forces try to turn it into a hate campaign against Muslims.
Right, exactly.
Like,
Oh, speaking of incidents, there was also the incident at Trump's casino in Las Vegas. A Cybertruck got blown up, and I don't know. The initial report I saw said that they didn't think it was intentional, but now I'm seeing stuff that people did think it was intentional. So I don't know. Like, now I didn't hear. I think the only person I heard that actually died was the guy who was driving. So I'm hoping nobody else got hurt with that. But I did think that that incident was weird though. I don't I hope not, but I kind of feel I have a suspicion that people were a bit too hasty to call that terrorism because like I said, the initial reporting I saw was they didn't know if it was like intentional, and then like I swear a couple minutes later they were screaming it was intentional. Somebody tried to blow up Trump's casino, and so I hope it's not being labeled terrorism purely because it was Trump's casino. You know what I mean? Like, but
right.
if it was, I hope that person wasn't working with anybody else either.
Okay. So,
Well,
what you looking forward to in 25? Any like upcoming projects or?
mm, uh, No, not really. There's movies and stuff that I'm kind of looking forward to, but it is what it is. Music, I've fallen off music for a while, and I don't know that I can't really place it, but I don't know. I've fallen off the music scene for a while, and I know that's bad considering the type of show we have, but I'm gonna try to get
Right.
back into music, like get some rappers on my rotation. It's a mixture of me and it's a mixture of the music scene that I haven't really been biting towards a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Like a lot of my favorite artists don't release anything anymore or something
Yeah,
I
because like
just
I had
don't
the
care to listen to.
like which I was fortunate, thank goodness, but I was more so like peer pressured into listening to Chromacopia, which thank goodness because that was a great project. So, but now I feel you. Like, there's a lot of albums that I did just like I
Yeah.
still hadn't listened to the new Kendrick. Like, I hadn't
Yeah,
streamed.
I know. I'm over that whole situation too. Like, I'll be honest, like I was over it when it was happening between both of them. Like, I kind of just want to listen to both of their stuff without it turning into like a stupid argument. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of over that whole situation too. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah, it is weird when you still see people comment on it. You're like, bro, all right now, like let's leave
Yeah,
that
like
to
it's like, unfortunately the way Elon structured the app, like I get those tweets on my timeline every day, and I'm just like, oh brother, like I don't want to see this. Like this is crazy.
and you know,
But
I'm
other than that, no, I just mainly just keep working away and watching my shows and everything. But what about you? What's your outlook
yeah,
for
I'm
2025? What
you know,
projects and stuff you looking forward to?
well, now that you got a PS5, you can join the hype, or I don't know, like there's this game that they announced called Intergalactic. Like it was just they only showed like the cinematic trailer, but that shit looks so
Yeah, I
realistic.
didn't watch the trailer, but I heard the controversy.
Oh yeah, bald woman bad. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for 2025 that like people can just see through like
Yeah.
rage manufacturing.
BS.
You know,
Yeah.
like
And if we're going on a macro concept, yeah, that's kind of my hope as well. Is like I want people to take the time to really think about stuff more. You know what I mean? Yeah, like ignoring rage bait or
right.
seeing past preconceived notions. You know what I mean? Like just because
Mhm.
somebody shows you something doesn't mean it's 100% true. You should try to look for
Right.
yourself, but that doesn't also mean to use your own brain when it comes to like accepted facts like science and everything. Like you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
that type of stuff.
I mean,
Yeah, but for the
yeah,
most
like
part,
yeah,
you
I'm talking
should
about
do
like
your
entertainment. Yeah.
yeah, you for the most part you should do your due diligence. Yeah, I want people to treat each other better. Like not everything like also too like there's another thing when it comes to like being real or authentic or honest. Sometimes I feel like there's a way to tell somebody something and not be a dickhead about it. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
sometimes
for
I feel
sure.
like there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who either don't know that or don't want to know that, and both are bad, but the second one's worse. And so they live in this weird space where they feel like they're being victimized for telling their quote unquote truth. And it's like, yes, you told the truth, but that's not the reason why people are mad at you. They're mad at you
Right.
because you're a jerk. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's a thing called tact that a lot of people have lost. And so I kind of wish that gets cleared up as well. And I guess on a personal level, I'm more so looking forward to, or I'm hoping for maybe better opportunities of employment, uh, better financial status, I
Hallelujah.
guess, or just living my
Woo.
life better, period.
Yeah,
I
man.
wanna,
I
I
hear
just
you
wanna
on
live
the
better.
financials.
Yeah. But we wish all you guys that at home as well. You know, we wish for y'all success and everything. We wish for y'all to come back and hang with us. You know what I mean? We wish for y'all to tell your friends more about the show. That's my biggest thing for 2025. I want the show to grow even bigger than it has. And I want more people to join the SOS wave. That's my hope.
And you know what? I mean, it's bound to happen because, like I said, we we plan to get to YouTube. We did,
Yeah,
and now look at us. We're streaming live. We're still working on moving the audience here, but most of the stuff we said we are gonna do, we've done it so far. What was it
yeah,
like? We're 4 years in now. This fifth year is gonna be amazing.
yeah. That's for sure. Uh But if it's your first time here, it won't be your last. Thank you for joining the SOS Wave. Tell your friends we do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We try to anyway. You know, might get a little few minutes off in between, but hey, it's whatever. But yeah,
Hmm.
SOS, thank you so much. We are family run. It's me, my brother to my left, Tenzin, and then our other brother, Los. He couldn't be here today. But yeah, make sure y'all also check out and give some hype to our friends over at the What They Want podcast. They should be coming up at 9. They're every Wednesday at 9. They're part of the family. You know, we got our own little network popping off, you know. Hopefully we get more people part of the family too, other shows and everything like that. But yeah, thank y'all so much for joining us. Y'all be safe in the new year. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Happy New Year.